Welcome back. In our Selenium with Python series, so today we are going to see about the Selenium Actions class and what is exactly the Actions class and what and all browser operations we can perform with Actions class that we are going to see. Okay, so let's get started. So for this, as usual, let me just create a new file and let me keep that as Actions chain or Action Chains class dot py. Okay, some name I'm giving, and let me copy paste from my existing code base about the minimum stuff that we are keep on learning from past few videos. Okay, so here I'm using pytest, but yes, if you are comfortable with unitest, that is the out of box library from the python itself, you can use that. It's pretty much simple because we are not learning anything about the unit testing framework at this moment. It is purely the selenium concepts. Even we can use a normal what you call python script as well by using a class object. Okay, so so here we are just using this url. So for this, let me just take this url as an example at this moment. Okay, and if I'm making this one, then this should be registration, some name. I'm just verifying whether the driver dot title is returning that particular string or not. Okay, fine. So okay, what we are going to see, action change, right? So now let's first see the syntax of that. So for this, I will create a variable, okay, equal to, there is a class. Okay, as I told, action chains, you can see it is basically coming from selenium.webdriver common action chains package actually. So if I double click this one, you can see there is a new import package started here, okay, from selenium.webdriver. Fine. Now it's giving some error because it's asking a constructor parameter, actually that is nothing but a driver. So we need to have the driver object inside this action chains. Okay, now this will, now in turn I can use this action what do you call object to perform different operations. So you can see there are so many what do you call methods are available. We will see one by one. Okay, so context click, this is basically the right click on a particular object on the screen. Perform is basically if you are doing like sequence of tasks, because I told that action is basically used to perform the user operations. So when you have multiple user operations, you can write them and then you say perform. Perform is basically it will execute those steps that you are writing. We'll see that. You can do a send keys. So basically send keys click, these are the events you can use by using the element dot send keys, driver dot find element dot send keys. You can use that. If in some cases, if those what do you call direct operations are not working, you can use the action event for that. Okay, so now let's see them. Action dot click and action dot send keys, what are they? So action dot click, now here this is basically asking a particular element, actually on what actually you want to click. Okay, so we need to give an element. So for this, what I will do here, now let's create one element variable equal to driver dot find element by id. I'll say username. So this is basically this field actually. Okay, and here I'm making it as a click on this element, so I have to put the element as a parameter to this. If you don't have anything, let's say I'm just making it as action dot click, it means that what this will do, wherever your cursor is there on the browser screen, it will click on that point actually. I mean, I don't know where exactly we need to use, but this is the one of the feature that selenium is providing. But at this moment we want to perform a click event on a particular element, that is nothing but my username text field. Now after clicking that, I can do a send keys event. So if I say send keys, and then it is asking, do you want to what do you call send the keys on the particular what do you call point where the cursor is there. So I can directly say like this, and I can just say QAB box. Now if you see here, you might be getting a question where exactly it will enter the value actually. Okay, so this is the same concept of click event. If I'm not if I'm not entering any element, if I'm not specifying any element, then wherever the cursor is there, it will try to print that particular value into that point actually. So at this moment my cursor is clicked on this element, right? That is nothing but on this. So first I'm loading this URL, then I'm clicking on this, and then action dot send keys that will be performing here. Or else what I can do, let's say that I want to perform this both operations into one. So what I can do, action dot send keys to element. There is another method and it is a overloaded method. Oh, it's not overloaded, but it is giving asking you another parameter actually. So first thing you need to specify the element, that is nothing but this one. See, even I can mention this one, so let's not get confused with the parameter name and our variable name. I can give any variable here. I can even give username field or username box. Now here another value here I need to specify, that is what is that command actually. So let's say small QAP box. Okay. So if you see here, these two are in one, and this is another value actually here. Let's see what is this error it is throwing. Missing white space after this. Okay, normally what it is saying, we have to give a space here, and then let's wait for some time. Let's make it as 3 and then driver dot quit. Okay, so what this will do, first it will load this URL, then it will do the action event initialization, it will identify the element, then it will click on that, and then do the send keys. Two operations will be performing in these two lines. This one directly it will identify, I mean it will go to that particular element and then enter this one. I'll make a time gap here. Let's make a time gap in each of the lines so that we can see the actions very clearly. Fine. Now let's quickly run this particular code base, then we will see other features. So pytest -sv and src slash elements test underscore action, oops, test underscore actions, action chains. Okay, it is launched the, and then you can see it should click on the full name field, the text box. Okay, you know the problem is that we need to use the perform actually here in each, so that it will execute those tasks. So these are basically the tasks: click event, send keys, send to this element. These are all the actions or the tasks, and perform will basically execute this one. Now let's run it again. Okay, you can see now the cursor is focusing, then it will keep the capital letters, then small letters. Yes, you can see, and then it will close the browser. Great. Okay, so that is the way you can execute it. Now one question is coming, why are we giving this perform here? So basically what happens, sometimes what happens, you want to perform certain actions but you don't want to run them actually. Like let's say action dot click, action dot find element, at the end you want to perform that operation. So because of that, this I mean, if you use the perform, then only it will execute it. If not, it will just keep that event in the chain only, it won't basically execute those. Okay, so these are the different ways of handling the user operations, but still there are some more interesting operations are there. Let's see them one by one. For this, let me do a multi comment from here. Okay, and I'm keeping that action initialization so that I can use anywhere that I want. Okay, now let's see what are the other stuff is there. Okay, so now if you see here, oops, it went action dot, if you put a control space, you get something called as a context click actually. Now what is this? This context click is basically right clicking on an element. Now few of the browser applications, if you see, normally, let me show you one example actually. Let's say that I'm right clicking on this, and if you see, these are all system defined or the browser defined options actually here. Basically it is coming from the browser development code actually. These are not part of your application development, but few applications, what happens, if you right click on them, you will get a few more application specific options actually. Now let me show you that. So if you say context menu demo, you search that, you will get one link actually. It is very much, they have explained about what is it with the code base and everything. So let's reuse this particular stuff. Now you can see if I am clicking on this, I get browser specific options. But if you right click on this, you see these are all browser specific. Sorry, these are not browser specific, these are the application development. Means this coding is written inside your own application only. So these things we can handle it. For an instance, I can do a right click. Let's say that I want to paste or I want to copy this one. You can see if I entered, I selected the copy and entered, then it is coming here clicked copy. Just it is what do you call showing you that you have clicked on this particular option actually, just to know that it performed that operation. Because inside these logics they didn't write, this is just a way, if you click a particular, it won't basically delete it, it will just throw you an alert actually, so that you will come to know with automation we could able to click this delete operation. Okay, fine. Now, to do this one, actually, we need to understand one more concept here, that is the keys event, actually. So, there is a key event that is nothing but part of your send keys. So, if I say like this, send keys, and if you see the parameter, it's saying keys to send. Now if I put keys, okay, and then if I put dot, nothing is coming. Fair enough, let me just first browse this one, I mean import this particular package, and you can see it imported that package from where, from common dot keys package. It is importing the keys class. Now when I'm putting a control space, I could see so many different options. Okay, that is what we are going to automate. Means first I will go identify this particular button. I will do a right click by using the context menu method. Then what I'm doing here, if you see, I'm not moving my mouse actually here. I'm just now the keep pressing my keyboard operation actually, the up and down arrows. Now you can see I'm pressing the down arrow, again another one, and then I'm pressing the return actually, or the enter key press. You can see it is giving copy or whatever in your real-time application, whatever the operation it has to do, it will do that. So that is what we are mocking it here. Fair enough. Now let's try to identify this particular element. Before to that, let me load this particular URL. So driver dot get, I can do as many as times driver dot get actually, this is allowed. And now here I'm giving some wait so that it will load. Then what I need to do, I need to identify this one. Now I can't do a right click and inspect this one, right? Because your application code has overridden the browser code actually. So that's why I'm doing outside right click and inspect. And here what I will do, directly I'm clicking on this. You can see there is a span, it's a P with span, right click me. And if I'm going selector sub, I'm mostly relying on this these days actually. So if I go here and if I put a what do you call XPath, I can say span, and I will say contains. It's a pure XPath I'm using, contains, and here I'm putting text comma, and I'm giving that name, whatever that name. What is that? Right click me. Now if I enter, you can see it is matching to this one, so I can directly take this one and I will say here element, I can say right click element equal to driver dot find element, driver dot find element by XPath, actually XPath, and I'm giving here this one. So this is basically the element that I'm going to identify here. And here what I will do, I will put context may click. So inside this, I will say control space, and it is asking me the element that I'm going to do a right click event actually. So I will put like this. Now after right click, what I need to do, dot send keys I need to do, right? So send keys, I have to put some keys, and that is nothing but keys dot. And if you see, there is a arrow down because I need to go to few of the options. Now here I can do pause. Pause is basically, it will pause for certain amount of time. Let me make it as a 2 seconds. Then I want to do again another send keys, I want to do another arrow down event. Now, oops, what happened? Arrow down. You can do arrow right, left, whatever the operation, whatever the keys that you want to send, you can send that. Okay, and then now here I will do a pause again for a second. Then I will say again send keys, and this basically does. Let me just make it as wrap here. Okay, and here if I do a send case, what I need to do now, here I need to right click, then one, oops, sorry, one, two. So after two arrow down, I need to click on that. It means that enter actually. So enter is nothing but keys dot capital E, enter. Then don't forget to make it as a perform. So what this will do, this will basically will right click on that particular element wherever you are specifying. Then what you need to do, put an arrow down, again another arrow down, then you press enter. Now what is that you are going to see? You will get the cut actually here. Now let me go here, and then how do I verify that? I'm just waiting for a certain amount of time so that you could see that it will pop up that particular alert, and then you can make sure that that is performing. It's a demo application, so I could only able to show you the alert, but in real time whatever the operation it is happening, you can perform that operation and verify whether the application is behaving correctly or not. Now let me quickly run this particular code base. Okay, and I will run the PyTest event. You can see, right click, edit, then it will go to cut, wait for a second, and then it will go to this particular alert and it closed. I did not handle the alert here actually. Okay, but you can do that as well. Okay, so that is the way you can do a right click operation actually on any element based on your need. Fine. Okay, so this is one of the cool feature. I mean, whenever you need, you can just do and practice it. And if you find any other demo application sites, you can even perform this operation and see whether the application is performing or not. Sometimes I have tried to do like this, like on these events, like here also you can see, but it is not basically performing the browser, because these are browser related options, right? So you may not be able to perform these things. Okay, so but these are the, this is actually exactly the context menu demo actually you can perform. Fine. Okay, so now let's see some more features of this one. Okay, so now let's see what else features that action is giving us. So action dot, if you put, so there is something called as a key up and key down that we did not see, right? So let's see that what is key up and key down. Okay, so basically key up and key downs are basically the combination of different key events. Let's say that you want to do a control C if it is Windows. If it is Mac, you are doing command C or command V or command A to choose all of the what you call text from a particular text box or a text area. So all those operations as well you can perform with by using the action keychain. Okay, so key down is basically one operation where you are holding that particular command. So like let's say if I'm telling you this example, so command A, what you are doing, so first you are key pressing the command, keep that pressing, and then you are selecting A, then you are releasing the command and A all together, right? So it means that you're holding that key for a second, performing certain operation A, C or V, then you are releasing that key. So that is where actually the key down and key up are helping you. Key down is basically holding that command, key command or key press. Key up is you are releasing. Up means you are releasing, you are pulling out your finger from the keyboard. That is what it is mocking it up. Okay, so now how do we replicate it? Let me go back to our registration form screen. Now here if you see, let me take you to the manual way actually. What I will do here, QAB box I'm doing. Now if I say select this one, what I'm going to do, command, because I'm using Mac operating system, so I will just key press the command and A, then I'm releasing. It means that it is selecting all. Then I'm clicking it command C, then I'm moving to this one email, command V, you can see. So three operations I've done. One is I'm clicking on this and doing a command A, then I'm clicking on command C, then I'm doing a control V or command V. That is what we are going to see this event here. Fine. Now let me first choose that element, actually on what element I'm going to perform. So element equal to, so here I have this already. Now I can say like this, let's do one thing. I'll make it as username equal to this one, and then I will say email equal to, and here I will make it as email. That's the ID for the email. First I need to click on the what do you call, click on that username. There is one more actually. So if you see here, move to element, there is one option actually, move to element. This is again a action event. Move to element. Now to what, actually username field. Now dot click, if I do a dot click, what will happen, this will move to, so wherever your cursor is there, let's say your cursor is here, it will move to this element, click on this, and then do a send key. Everything I want to do with the action event only. Now dot send keys, and I will send this particular QAB box. Okay, I'm just doing this one, or else I will just put it as a watch QAB box, watch underscore QAB box. You can see here, move to this particular element. Now wherever your cursor is, click on that, and wherever your cursor is there, send that to text dot perform. I am doing. Okay, now after doing this one, what I will do, action dot, I will say again, click on what, on this particular element, dot key up, actually I need to do, or down, I need to do it down. Actually down means you are holding that key. Now here I am doing a key press, that is keys dot command, actually because I'm using Mac. If you are using Windows, you have to do a control. Okay, after doing this, again you need to do another event, that is you can do key down actually here, and this case you want to select that one, right? So keep it a dot key up. Now at this time you need to make it as up. Now what command again, keys dot command, keys dot command dot perform. You are doing. Now when you do this one, this is basically doing on this field, it is going command A, it is selecting everything, then you are coming back, and then what you are doing, on the same thing you are doing a command, but you are, this time you are doing a control C. Let me keep it some time gap so that you can see that in action. And then what happens, again this will be pasting somewhere. Right now where it is pasting, on the email field it will paste, because on the same username field if it will paste, we can't see this in action, right? So that's why I'm putting this one, and then it will wait for certain amount of time and then close it. And this is one of the interesting feature of the action chain event. So if everything goes fine, you will see one magic, it will go to this particular field, select this one, control C or command C, and here it will come and make it as a command V. Okay, let's see that in action. Let me run this code. You can see selected. Now it will command C, come to this email, and command V. Oops, it didn't go. Actually there is some issue, I don't know why it is going. Control C, let's see that, clicked on this. Okay, you know what, I don't want to click again, because the thing is that the action event is on the same particular, what do you call, on this username it clicked and doing a command A, it means that it's selected. I just want to do a control C only, I don't want to do a click event here. Fine, let's do this one. Now once I will do this command C, I have to click on this and do a command V. This is actually V, not C. That's why it was keep on pasting into the same field only. Let's try to do this one again. Okay, you can see selected, control C, and then it should go. Okay, oh, okay, it performed, but I don't know why it is keep on sending the keys to that. I have only one event here. I have mentioned only one time only doing a send keys. Let me see if anywhere I did. No, anywhere I didn't do that. It is just I'm just clicking on this particular field and then doing, one more thing. Even I don't want to do this one also because it is already into the same field only, right? So I don't want to even click on this. Let's do this step by step. This is debugging stuff. You might get issues, but you have to overcome that one. Let's see. Control C. Okay, strange. I don't know why it is doing three times. Let me see, where am I missing this one? Let me do one thing here. Let me make this one and directly let me put this one as username dot send keys and I will make it as QAB box. Let's do this one. Let's try this as last time. Yes. Okay. So there was some issue moving to that element. I mean, on this line, there was some issue because I'm moving to this element, clicking on it, and then doing a send keys. Still, it is the same operation. I don't know why it is keep on copy pasting, but if you replace that code with this normal username dot send keys, it is performing that action actually. So depending, so these are the available options depending on your need. Actually, you have to keep on trying with different combinations. The one it suits for you, you can use that. Okay. Okay, then what else we have with these actions? I think we have pretty much done with everything. Yeah, there is one more thing actually, action dot drag and drop actually. You can see this is one of the other feature which we have already seen in our previous session. So if you want to know more details about this drag and drop operation, you can go back to my previous video session and you can get the details about this drag and drop operation so that you can completely understand the action events and how you are performing them. Fine, that's pretty much it for today. And stay tuned and do subscribe to this YouTube channel. You will be getting some more updates. And all of this code base I will be putting as a blog into my blog qavalidation.com so you can refer to that blog. Thank you for watching.